Here are some fun facts about our universe for you. The chances of our universe existing are 1 in 10 raised to the 16th power. In other words, astronomically improbable. But given the fact that we're here, maybe it's not such a surprising thing after all. For years, scientists have been searching for signs of intelligent extraterrestrial life. But so far, no one has had any success. However, perhaps we are missing something. Perhaps the reason we haven't found aliens yet is because they simply don't exist out there. Or maybe they do, just not in the way we expect them to. The question of whether or not there is life out there in the cosmos has fascinated mankind for centuries. With the discovery of potentially habitable exoplanets and the ongoing search for extraterrestrial intelligence, we can't help but wonder if we are alone in this vast universe. While there is currently no evidence of life elsewhere, the possibility is still a tantalizing one. And who knows? Maybe one day soon we will find out that we are not alone. But what if there was more to the story? What if there were multiple universes, each with its own unique set of physical laws and possibilities? What if life did exist out there, but in ways we couldn't even fathom? That's the question that Dr. Evelyn Wright, a brilliant astrophysicist, set out to answer. After years of research, she developed a theory that there were infinite parallel universes, each with their own version of reality. But she also believed that these universes were not completely separate. In fact, they were connected by wormholes, natural portals that allowed travel between them. However, traveling through these wormholes was extremely dangerous and unpredictable. The forces involved were so powerful that they could easily destroy a spacecraft, or worse, send it hurtling into another dimension where the laws of physics were completely different. Despite the risks, Dr. Wright was determined to find a way to make it work. She assembled a team of the brightest minds in the field, including engineers, mathematicians, and cosmologists, all eager to make history and prove once and for all that there was life out there in the multiverse. But as they worked tirelessly to make Dr. Wright's dream a reality, they had no idea of the incredible and terrifying discoveries that awaited them. After years of hard work and countless setbacks, Dr. Wright and her team finally succeeded in creating a stable wormhole that allowed for safe passage between universes. The potential for discovery was enormous. Each universe they visited was filled with wonders beyond anything they could have imagined. There were worlds where gravity worked in reverse, allowing them to walk on the ceilings of buildings, and planets where the sky was filled with creatures defied They even encountered civilizations that had evolved under completely different sets of physical laws, leading to forms of life that were both beautiful and terrifying. As they explored further, they realized that the universe was a much more complex and fascinating place than they had ever imagined. But as they delved deeper into the mysteries of the multiverse, they also encountered danger at every turn. The wormhole that had brought them to these new worlds was also a gateway for malevolent forces that sought to destroy everything in their path. The team had to use all their skills and knowledge to navigate the dangers that lay before them, battling creatures from other dimensions and protecting the very fabric of space-time itself. As the stakes grew higher and the threat of annihilation loomed, Dr. Wright and her companions were forced to confront the ultimate question: what is the meaning of existence in a universe without end? Dr. Wright, however, knew that the true test was yet to come. If they were going to make first contact with an alien species, they needed to be prepared for anything. Her team spent months studying the culture and language of the beings they might encounter, as well as developing advanced communication systems to facilitate dialogue. Finally, the day arrived when they were ready to open the wormhole and step through to the other side. What they saw on the other side of the wormhole took their breath away. It was a world unlike any they had ever seen before, with landscapes that defied the laws of physics and a sky filled with strange and wonderful creatures. But it wasn't just the scenery that amazed them. it was also the inhabitants of this world. The aliens they encountered were highly intelligent and advanced, with technology far beyond anything humanity had ever seen. Yet, despite their advanced state of development, the aliens were peaceful and curious about the visitors from another dimension. Dr. Wright and her team wasted no time in making first contact. They approached the aliens with open arms and a willingness to learn. To their surprise, the aliens were equally welcoming and eager to share their knowledge and culture. In the days that followed, the two groups exchanged information about their respective universes, learning from each other and forging an unlikely friendship. But as time went on, Dr. Wright began to notice some disturbing signs. The aliens, while friendly, seemed strangely detached and uninterested in their visitors. It was as if they were observing them from a distance, their emotions carefully hidden behind a polite facade. As the days turned into weeks, Dr. Wright's unease grew. She couldn't shake the feeling that something was off, that the aliens were hiding something from them. Despite their advanced technology and seemingly peaceful nature, there was something about them that Dr. Wright couldn't quite put a finger on. It was as if there was a barrier between the two groups, a barrier that prevented them from truly understanding each other. One day, Dr. Wright decided to take matters into her own hands. She gathered her team and devised a plan to infiltrate the alien society and uncover the truth. They would need to be careful, though, as any misstep could jeopardize their relationship with the aliens and put everything at risk. As the team prepared for their mission, Dr. Wright couldn't help but feel a sense of dread. She had a feeling that what they were about to discover would change everything. Despite the risks involved, Dr. Wright and her team were determined to get to the bottom of the mystery. They knew that their friendship with the aliens hung in the balance, and they were willing to risk it all to uncover the truth. What they found was beyond anything they could have imagined. A secret so profound that it threatened to shatter the very fabric of the universe. But as they grappled with this shocking discovery, Dr. Wright knew that they had to do everything they could to protect it from those who would seek to exploit it. With the fate of two universes hanging in the balance, Dr. Wright and her team had to make a choice that would determine the fate of everyone they had ever known. The stakes were higher than ever, and the pressure was mounting. But as the final battle approached, Dr. Wright knew that she and her team were ready. They had learned from the best, and they were determined to use their knowledge to save the day. They had faced countless challenges and made incredible discoveries. But now it was time for them to use everything they had learned on their journey to save the day. The fate of two universes rested on their shoulders, but Dr. Wright and her team were up to the challenge. Their mission had taken them to the furthest reaches of the multiverse, but now it was time to return home. As they prepared to close the work, they knew that they were leaving a part of themselves behind in this strange and wonderful world. But as the portal opened, Dr. Wright hesitated. She had a feeling that something was waiting for her on the other side. She took a deep breath and stepped through the wormhole, leaving her old life behind and stepping into the unknown. On the other side, she found herself in a world that was both familiar and strange. The sky was filled with the same stars and planets she had known growing up, yet there was a subtle difference in the air, a feeling that everything was slightly off-kilter. She could feel the presence of countless eyes watching her, analyzing her every move. Despite her fear, Dr. Wright pressed on, determined to uncover the truth. As she ventured further into this strange new world, she realized that she was being watched by a single individual. Hidden in the shadows, this mysterious figure had been observing her every move, patiently waiting for the right moment to strike. With a sudden surge of adrenaline, Dr. Wright turned to face her stalker, ready to confront whatever danger lay before her. But as she did, she saw something that made her heart skip a beat. Standing before her was a reflection, a mirror image of herself, except for the piercing gaze that seemed to stare directly into her soul. This was no ordinary doppelganger. It was a creature from another dimension, a being of pure energy that had been sent to this world for a sinister purpose. Its mission, to observe and analyze, to collect data and report back to its creators. The implications of this discovery were staggering. Dr. Wright realized that she was not alone in this world. There were others out there, beings of pure energy that were watching her every move, gathering information about her and her universe. And as she struggled to understand the full scope of this revelation, she knew that she had to act quickly. The fate of two universes hung in the balance, and she was the only one who could save them. With a newfound sense of urgency, Dr. Wright confronted her doppelganger, determined to uncover the truth. But as the battle raged, she knew that she wasn't over her head. This was a fight she could not win, a battle she could not hope to survive. Just as she felt all hope was lost, a voice echoed through the darkness, a voice that seemed to come from another dimension. And as she looked up, she saw a portal opening in the sky, a gateway to another world. From this world came beings of pure energy, beings that were not of this dimension, but had come to help. Together, they fought back against the doppelgangers, driving them back through the portal and sealing it shut. As the battle came to an end, Dr. Wright and the other beings of light stood victorious. But they knew that this was only the beginning. The discovery of the doppelgangers had changed everything. Dr. Wright realized that she was not alone in the multiverse, that there were other versions of herself out there, other explorers seeking to make contact across the vast distances of space and time. With a heavy heart, Dr. Wright knew that she could never go home again. The portal to her universe was gone, leaving her stranded in this strange and unfamiliar world. But as she looked up at the stars, she knew that she was not alone. There were other explorers out there, other adventurers seeking to make contact across the vast distances of space and time. And with a renewed sense of purpose, Dr. Wright set out to explore this strange new world, determined to make contact with the other explorers and unravel the mysteries of the multiverse.